quick question. Would you be willing to support, we're all really concerned about citizens being hurt and not being able to defend themselves. Would Senator Bill Ferguson be willing to support legislation for conceal and carry for ordinary citizens to defend themselves?
No. So I believe that, I unfortunately think that more guns in a situation where we have increased gun violence only increases the likelihood of more gun violence. And I think there's lots of evidence over time that has shown that the likelihood of a gun in a home increases the chance of somebody being shot by upwards of multiple percentages. And at the end of the day, I understand where that concern comes from. I understand where the desire to be armed comes from. I think our society requires us to build communities where we don't feel like we need guns to protect ourselves.
But that's utopia, but that's not reality. And my citizens in Canton are being abused. Some of them said, we should be able to defend ourselves and be on equal footing. Don't you think Canton citizens have the right to defend themselves?
I think that every citizen has the right to defend themselves in their own property. I think when you walk into the public sphere, there is a different standard. And I think that right now in Baltimore, we have a gun problem. And I don't think more guns are going to be the solution to our gun problem. And I understand how this is a very divisive issue. But fundamentally, I just do not believe that arming people is the solution with guns being drawn on blocks in Canton or McElderry Park. I don't think more guns are the solution. And I think that there are a lot of folks in the public safety world and in the police departments and first responders that agree that more guns in a hostile situation tends to make things more aggravated and more dangerous.
Okay, we'll just let the criminals keep the guns for now.
I mean, obviously I don't think that criminals, I think that we should be unbelievably intense in prosecuting bad guys with guns, and we should be getting rid of diminution credits for crimes committed with a handgun. I think that we need to be incredibly aggressive about when crimes are committed and there is a handgun presence. We have to have an unbelievable standard that shows that there's no playing around here, that gun violence is a significant problem and we're going to deal with it accordingly. And that's throwing the book at folks.
It's not happening.
Choose.
Not happening.
Yeah, we got to do better. I mean, I think at the end of the day, I agree. We got to do better, and that's all sectors. I mean, it's all parts of society. But if we don't fundamentally find ways to make people feel like they have options, and there are too many folks in our city and in our society that feel like they don't have other options, we can agree or disagree about whether that's not true. What I know is that there are our neighbors who feel like they don't have options and that their only choice is a turn to crime. If we don't change that perspective, then we can arm people as much as we want, but we'll never get to the core of the violence. And violence is a product, it is a public health problem that if we don't deal with the root causes and symptoms, we'll continue to deal with the effects and try and band-aid over it over time.